Whoa. Call out. She was from the west side, uptown, 45th Ave, bad little thing, she a cutie, and she got swag, told her that when I come through, we could pop tags, took her out of town just for shopping, you know we blow it back, don't care if haters is watching, they just getting mad, real bosses moving this.
Anybody on earth?
Well, they do because they have their own schools, they have their own banking, they have their own infrastructures. Actually, inside, they have their own communities, bro.
I'm gonna say something that might be controversial, but do you think it might have also something to do with the fact that God is a very strong pillar in their community? Very strong. That is the focus in the Jewish community. Faith. Yes.
That's a factor for sure.
Come on, man. Really? You take God out of the community. You take God out of the family. Then you take the family out of the community. And it's a downwards.
But see, I don't know the Jewish religion. I don't know who their God is.
But you know the Jewish is the religion, right? Like
it's not.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that. I don't know what their God is. Their God could be. I don't know what their God is or what their God consists of.
I would say
what their
faith.
Or what their God is faith. You know, right. I don't.
It doesn't matter. You don't have to know. You have to know the fact that God is the pillar of their people, of who they are. That's why they have the promised land, Jerusalem.
Once again, I see.
They adhere to
their heritage is very, very deep.
Listen, I understand that, and that's great. But once again, in my opinion, it goes down to I'm talking about physical. I can't talk about the metaphysical. I'm talking about the physical. And what they have is they have a hell of an infrastructure, bro. They educate their own kids. So they teach their children to work with each other from a young age. Okay, they have their own synagogues and stuff like that to teach their own religion, which I don't know nothing about. So that's why I'm saying I'm not speaking on God, because I don't see a big God pushing them and making them do shit. Sorry, that's not how I look at shit.
I don't think that's what he
meant.
I do,
but when you talk about
I'm saying God is the center.
You talk about God as being the center of how they're flourishing, and they may look at that too. But how I look at it as their business and their infrastructure and their education, however they put that together, whether you want to say it was God that put it together for them, or it was a philosopher, or a doctor.
What I was saying about God was the community aspect, making them a strong community because they have God at the center of it. That's what I was saying. Yeah, then I think the business and everything else will fall in.
Once again, that may be it, but I don't know nothing about their religion or their God. So I can't, all I'm saying is, what I see is they have a strong infrastructure, and they are their commitment to the community, meaning right, and they're self-sufficient.
Yeah, they're not looking for outside help, right? They're not looking for somebody to come in and save them.
But they're doing business with each other, even if it hurt.
But they're not doing that because they have the infrastructure. They built everything they were supposed to build.
They did. Yeah, right. No, absolutely.
So that's why they don't have to go nowhere for anything. Because they built everything they self. But
they exploit opportunities.
They also got reparations
as a crew.
You see what I'm saying? They also got reparations. They were also putting a big financial position over black people for sure, but probably over a lot of other minorities as well.
Now be careful, because you might start sounding like Kanye here just a little bit. I'm serious though. Seriously though. You can't not say everything. We all know that they got reparations for what happened to them, and I'm not saying they don't deserve it. They deserve it. Right. Just like black people deserve it. You feel what I'm saying? Sure. But once again, once they got it, it helped to put them in a more financial position. And once again, you can say that was God or whoever. But once they were able to have that money and that financial freedom to start building things and building schools and building grocery stores and things of that nature, and having these different businesses manufacturing shit and employing their own, and like you said, sending their own to their own businesses to spend. Man, come on, bro. You don't need God for that. All you need to do is do exactly what he said. Now, of course, you can pray to whoever you want to pray to. But if you do what he just said do without even praying, your community's going to blow. Your shit going to be.
Honestly, I think that black people need to do business with each other even if it hurts.
Oh, yeah, but we're not going to do that. We are so quick to break each other down after the first time we go to somebody. A lot of times
it don't work.
A black person will go to a new black business and go there the first time, some shit happened that ain't right, and they gonna blow down on them.
and make social media posts about
the same person will go to that same store and eat that food and will not post that food was fucking delicious and that food was awesome. Mm-hmm. But they will be quick to post, oh man, this shit is horrible. This is some bullshit.
It took too long.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, well that's because we know that negative energy is what gets attention. So that's what we gravitate toward as human beings.
Oh yeah, this book that I got back here, right there, Contagious. It says in that book that the biggest promotion is negative. If you want to get people looking at you, negative shit is what does it. Yeah. It's not positive shit.
No, I know.
It's all negative. Yep. And that's why it's hard for a lot of people who are stand up and solid like we is to get to where we going because we so stand up and solid that we not going to sacrifice our soul or anything, you know what I'm saying, for some views.
Credibility for some views.
Right, for some views. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We just going to get it out the mud like we've been doing and we going to get to where we need to be based off of consistency and based off of the work ethic and the things that we put in place. Period. But if we want to get there the quick way, oh, me and this nigga can have a fight right now. We get to fight right now.
Right.
Nigga, I jump on this nigga, he jump, his son come out and shit. Nigga jumping on me and shit. Oh,
2 million views.
That shit gonna go up.
2 million views.
That shit gonna go up.
Yeah.
So, you know, that sucks. But cancel culture, definitely.
So we're gonna fight.
Definitely.
We gotta do it on camera though. Gotta be on camera. We want to blow.
Definitely.
Hold up.
Definitely.
We gotta push him harder.
His face gotta go in.
Right. We gotta add sound effects to that.
Definitely.
Right.
But yeah, man. But that's the thing, you know. Like I said before, we have to, you know, stand on code, man. Meaning, you know.
Now, Kyrie. I think Kyrie stayed on code.
Kyrie seemed genuine. I watched that press conference.
You see what happened to him? But see, that's what happens when you stay on code. Yeah. See, the only reason, Kanye didn't stay on code. Kanye just said ignorant stuff.
Kanye said he's coming for everybody.
Right, he's just saying a bunch of ignorant stuff.
Yeah.
He even said something about his mother being the sacrifice and some other people.
He did say that. I heard that. I saw that.
He's been saying some wild stuff in which, you know, you don't know. But Kyrie, there's no way he should be in the position that he's in.
At all.
No, all he did was post.
Way.
All he did was repost.
No way. And for them to do him like that, it just goes to show, like people call it buck breaking. And they feel like this is just a form of buck breaking for them to use him as an example for the rest of the
NBA. So like we don't get on here and say how we feel.
For the rest of the NBA. But he didn't even say how he felt. He
just posted a repost.
Right, he just
said, oh, this is out there. You can get this. Whatever.
Right, and I'm just hearing now that they may be taking it down. Now. But it's already been, 2-3 weeks? They done already made it.
I saw the Amazon post that they're not taking nothing down.
They made a couple billion off of it and everything.
They said they weren't taking nothing down.
They might not, because you know what? Them taking it down now wouldn't be fair to the creator.
Well, that's a slippery slope. That's also a slippery slope to anything else up there.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That's the truth. Boy,
exactly.
I mean, you watch Amistad, where they brought the slaves over on the ship. You remember that movie, Amistad? Yeah, like, they'll take that down, right? Because there's some stuff in there that shouldn't be. Like, not that it shouldn't be, because that's what really happened.
For the most part, you know, yeah.
But the thing with the
pieces parts, who really knows?
Right? The biggest thing with Kyrie's movie, and I haven't got to watch it. I know a couple people said they watched it and said it wasn't that big of a deal. But I think the biggest deal in there was them saying that the Holocaust was a hoax. Like they literally said that in there. So everything else in there really like you have to question everything else in there when somebody says something that crazy. You know what I mean? In a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know if it's supposed to be a documentary. Is this supposed to be fake? It's supposed to be factual. It's supposed to be information.
Was it based on facts, but not complete? You know, it's still,
is it all opinion?
Right? Like, is it still a fictional thing?
Listen, the guy I posted, the guy who actually did the movie, because he's like, yo, I'll debate with any rabbi about anything in that movie, anything. So I'm like, damn. Right, I'm like, damn, okay. But you don't see them doing, like, you know what I'm saying? That's what kills me about all
it makes
this.
You think,
Is people literally be like, yo, let's talk about it. Let's get some
Can't have a conversation. Let's shut them down. Quiet down over there. You shut up. You can't say nothing. Yeah, that's what kills me. We should be able to talk about this stuff. We should be able to agree to disagree. You and I can sit here and talk about whatever under the sun, but at the end of the day, we should be able to shake hands and walk away.
Right.
And say, look, that's how I feel. That's how you feel.
And you might learn something. A lot of times you learn different things because you didn't know something.
I would think there would be growth between both of us through a conversation, right?
Yeah, but people don't want to talk.
People just want to live in their
People want to be right.
They want to be right, and they don't want
to live in.
They don't want to listen to understand. They want to listen to respond.
They want to listen to respond so they can win the argument.
Yeah, they don't want to listen to understand.
People want to live in their truth, not the truth.
I want to debate.
That's fact.
Their truth.
What is my truth?
I think it should be I should more conversation and relation than debating. You know, everybody want to debate. Well, I won.
I just want to have a conversation.
What prize did you get for winning an argument on social media?
But see, one thing about religion, and that's one thing that, what does it say? Religion and politics is two things that you really just can't.
You shouldn't talk about.
You know what I'm saying? Because.
And that's bad every time.
Because you just aren't educated enough in everything to know.
Plus it's emotional.
Right.
It's highly emotional.
What's wrong. It's definitely emotional. You know what I'm saying? People definitely get emotional over it. And it's just like, it's all based off opinion for real. It's all on how you feel about a certain thing. And another person might not feel that same exact way. And if you can't just be like, okay, well, you don't feel that way, I feel this way. All right, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't do nothing.
If you support this person, then you are it's like, man.
Well, you do hear that a lot because of
guilty.
A lot of different things that
I'm sorry,
do.
Guilty.
You know what I mean? Yeah, people do.
When it should be, okay, that's politics. What do we agree on?
Right.
Right.
For real, and I think that with black people, we need to get to the point to where we can agree to disagree and find common ground. Because there's people on both sides of the aisle in Washington that do bidding with each other behind the scenes.
Of all colors.
Yeah, Republicans and Democrats' kids go to the same schools. Their kids is friends.